define graffiti.
Application of a substance to another person's property that is not your own.
And they're without permission. There's political graffiti, gang graffiti, but it doesn't even have to be with paint. Like, I could go up with a giant rock against the window and scratch my name. I consider that graffiti. Street art's kind of a blanket term to almost protect yourself in a way, because the public responds better to the idea of street art than vandalism. A lot of graffiti writers turn into street artists, a lot of street artists turn into graffiti writers. There's no really one line. Kind of depends on who's defining, really.
Well, the first one out, I was probably in like middle school. I wrote, like, I didn't even have like a name. I wrote like franchise really big. And then we went the next day and took pictures with it and put it on MySpace. So it was really ridiculous.
In 2004, ended up in class with somebody who's a pretty well-known graffiti writer as of this moment in time. So started taking photos of it and then started writing.
For me, it was hard to actually start tagging stuff because I live in like the suburbs with my parents, and like it's basically unheard in my family for anyone like to like if I was brought home for that, it'd be like I would not have like a social life or anything for the longest time.
For real, I started writing on shit in a bathroom stall. I think at Amazon.com, if I'm right.
I believe so.
Yeah, that's where it started. Started out with just stupid jokes on the wall.
To break it down, you have your signature. You've got a tag, which is, you know, it's just writing your name like you write your name on your school paper or whatever. And then you've got a hollow, which is like, you know, we're gonna go bombing, we do throw-ups. So a hollow is just like bubble letters, you know, your word. You fill it in, you fill the letters in, then you outline it with a color. And then you have pieces which are more complicated letters with different connections. And then on top of that, you have burners, which are, I guess, could be equated to masterpieces. You know, take anywhere from an hour to hour and a half, depending. You know, sometimes longer. 3 hours. You know, whatever. And then you have rollers. You have roller tags. You use, you know, what you use to paint your house. You use a roller, but you catch just simple tags.
Throw up goes over a tag. Piece goes over a throw up. And burner goes over a piece. If you can't do better than it, you don't go over it. But if I have a problem with you, you know, I might do something shitty over you and you know, make sure you know I went over you. But, you know, basically, it's just, if you can't do better than it, you leave it alone.
When I was in Russia, I would consider that more street art rather than like, because over there was like no street art. It was just all like tags, and there's actually like on like old Soviet buildings, like at the bottom, there's all these crazy tags and whatnot. I did a bunch of like legal stuff there too. Well, sort of like I asked permission and did it, but then I also did a bunch of legal stuff because I had a bunch of leftover paint.
If I'm having like a bad day or something like that, I'll just go out and write on something. It's just, it sounds kind of stupid and reckless and stuff like that, but it makes me feel better. The posters, honestly, that started with the same thing, like personal stuff. Like, I do a painting just to like get over something, so I'll put it up just to get rid of it and move on. Somebody benefits from a poster more than just tagging your name.
No real reason behind it. Just fun. Some people like it, see it as like art. A lot of people hate it because it's vandalism.
I do it for money, power, fame. That's the key word right there, fame. That's what it's all about. That's what it's been about since the beginning.
You do it for other people's money, right?
tend to bring someone that I trust with me, because obviously you get in a lot of trouble for certain things. Like the posters, I would go out and do myself, because, I mean, like if somebody saw me, I can just take it down really quick.
What is LIK? We should go over that. This wall can be done.
If we have a spot in mind, we'll go do it. If not, we may drive around a little and just see what's there in the general area. Or sometimes we'll even just kind of grab what we have and just go walk around, patch tags everywhere.
Like I would go to like gallery shows where it was like graffiti stuff, and like if I had my clothes with me, people did recognize it, and so that was cool. But most of the designs are like have like paint drip and stuff in them, which is like from using like crank mops and whatnot, which aren't like spray paint. It's like just like a marker with a big like nub tip on it, and you just basically paint with that.
They showed me this picture of Instagram where like I tagged like this whole thing just going down in one of the alleys off of I think it was Market or something, but it was like 10 tags all in a row. It was just a picture of it, and they showed me the next morning. It was just like the best feeling ever. It's like somebody's picking up what you're doing.
Today we've got the internet, so you can go to like a really chill place and just paint by yourself and do like something super, you know, really cool burner or whatever, and put it online and people will see it. So, you know, some people get known that way, but pretty much you have to go out, you have to paint a lot, you have to travel, put in work everywhere.
Honestly, graffiti is really selfish. You're basically going destroying other people's property, which I understand. That's why it's kind of selfish for you, just to make me feel better. And I mean, sometimes I do try to do spots that are like not privately owned property. To me, the reward is more than the risk, so I still do it.
Because there's a lot of like high schoolers and like young kids that like go out skateboarding and they have like like a spray paint can that they bought for $5. It's always going to be like under one thing, which is like vandalism.
I don't really care whether you like what I do or don't like what I do. I'm still gonna do it. So if it's illegal, what's really the fun to it? Then anyone can walk down the street and ride on anything or do whatever, you know, and there's no chance of getting in trouble, no nothing.